Hey everyone, it's Jason Kaplan again, and this time we've got our final recap for you for PMPL America Season 2. And honestly, this was probably one of the most fun and most exhilarating tournaments we've had to date here in PUBG Mobile. And we'll get to that exactly why when we talk about the finals. But before we get to that, we obviously want to talk about our league play and our overall standings. Let's take a look at our first page now. As of course, you're going to see Team Queso first place with 613 points. They absolutely smashed every team out there, and we expect them to do extremely well going into the finals, considering they did well in scrims, they did well here in league play, and then they should have been able to do well into the finals. We had Loops Esports come in at second place, as they were definitely slow in the beginning, but as things progressed on, they started to heat up and definitely get better over time. You had teams like Tempo Storm, the North American Hope, you had Alpha 7, B4, you had G25 even holding on after their first week performance, and unfortunately not able to even come close to matching that in the later weeks. Ace, one other team from Brazil, able to make it, but the big surprise was seeing Execute here in 8th place, a team coming in from PMCL with teams they've never even played, or sorry, players who've never even played in PMPL or to this caliber of play have been able to get themselves into that top 8 position. We transition into our second page because these are the other teams who would be participating when it came to the finals. You got Brazilian Rampage in there, XSET was able to set themselves up nicely, the Unnamed. You had Wildcard Gaming, a team we never expected to be this far down with the performance we saw at World League and performance that we heard they could have out of all these teams. They came out in 12th. Cloud9, another team just like Wildcard we expected better performances for, finished off at 13th with Tribe, Influence, Rage, and Nova as well there at the very end. And before we do fully hop into the finals, I want to take a look at how each individual player was doing over the course of league plays. We take a look at our top kills, or our players sorted by top kills in league play. You've got Axel coming in for Queso, you got Ayala coming in for Queso as well, Nitsube, Marco, all 4 players for Queso. And again, you would assume, looking at this, Queso would be a team that would easily break through into top 3 and get themselves a slot in a PMGC. But then to round it out, you did have 2 players come in for Loops. You got Carrillo in there, pretty much our MVP for World League West. 2 weeks running when it came to the super weekends. You had NTX get in there from Influence Rage, a team who basically survived the entire event, it felt like, off of kills. And Pepito, who was top 8 ever since the beginning in the first week where he was number 1. He had a 32 kill first week, but then did start to slow down from time thereafter. Now, I want to just show you before we again hop into the finals here really quickly about Loops, since this is the team who did take home the trophy, took home the title, and of course, all the money that goes along with that. And look at how they performed week by week, because I said early on, they didn't have a great performance in the beginning. You can see in week 1, they were in 7th place with 106 points. You look at that, it's like, okay, that's not bad, Jason. Why are you complaining? Well, Loops, they came in 2nd place in World League West. They came in 1st place in the league portion of it. We expected very big things out of this team, and they weren't really living up to the hype just so far. They had Golden come into the roster, and he played a lot of the matches in the beginning, so that really took up, well, not really took up maybe a lot of their points, but it helped give them maybe the depth they needed into their roster to supplement if they needed them for the finals. And week 2, again, pretty similar performance, 104 points. They went down in 9th place. They didn't really move too much. But then you can see in week 3 and in week 4 is when they really started to show up. Week 3, they got 138 points. Week 4, they got 179 points. It seems like they were trying to peak in the tournament at the exact right moment. And that's what we always talk about on the show. You heard Seven talking about it, Glitter talking about it. When you peak in a tournament is very important because you need to have obviously very consistent placings. But when it comes down to a final of being only 3 days and 18 matches, you could just have a fantastic moment right there and get yourselves through. So let's now take a look at the overall standings for the finals then. And you can see which 3 teams would be representing the region in, of course, into PMGC here. And we do have Loops in 1st place. They just smashed everyone. Honestly, they had, I think, 4 chicken dinners in a row after struggling to get a single chicken dinner in league play. They only got 1, and it came in the very last week, I believe. Yet Unnamed, a team, I can tell you right now, never had an eye out for it. Never expected them to have a chance to break through and get a top 3 finish, but they've done it. They've been able to get themselves there. And then also you see Alpha 7 and Execute in 3rd and 4th place. It's actually Execute in 3rd place and Alpha 7th and 4th because Execute did end up having 1 extra kill that was shown on the leaderboards. So they actually did move up in the leaderboards and secure themselves a top 3 placing. So it's unfortunate for Alpha 7. You had Cloud9, 5th place finish. not terrible, but obviously not what they should have been able to perform, considering they are one of the most experienced teams in this region. And we obviously saw recently on social media that Cloud9 did end up dropping, the organization did end up dropping the team. Outer did end up going over to Navi. So we do kind of wonder what's going to be going on for that team in the future. Before Esports as well, getting a top or 6th place finish. Team Queso, 613 points in league play, finished off 7th here in our finals and not into the top 3. And we don't know why. We don't know what happened, but this team just really faltered when they needed to step up the most. And it's super unfortunate for them considering all things. You can see Ace One in there as well in 8th place. And then looking at the second page, you can see the rest of the teams who unfortunately did not make it through either. But still, to have a name to show kind of, the unnamed Execute and Loops, to have the old mixed in with the new teams who we didn't really expect to be able to do it. Teams who haven't even experienced PMPL be able to qualify for PMGC, the biggest tournament of the year, is very cool to see and really shows the depth that North America and South America has when it comes to PUBG Mobile. And to round things out, I want to take a look at our player standings by kills at the end of the finals, because you saw what Team Queso had 4 players there, Loops had a couple of players, and we can see here now Loops with 3 players, Federal, Kayovsky, and Carrillo. So Federal having an amazing final for him, 49 kills. I believe he was our top fragger overall as well. Carrillo, 3rd place, not too bad considering, he wasn't really performing too well when it came to league play. Again, he was just far better than everyone when it came back to World League. You got Pepito in there, so he was able to have some sort of resurgence. You had Unico as well coming in from G25. You got Dudu coming in from Ace One. You got Raven, a massive step up for him for the unnamed. Again, one of the reasons they actually got through into a top 3 placing. And then Law coming in for Alpha 7. So a little bit of a mix-up when it came to our player standings at the very end. You don't see anyone from Queso really showing or showcasing how poorly they unfortunately did perform when it came to the finals. But you know what? That's what's going to happen. You got to step up at the right time, at the right moment. And that does wrap up our recap here of our PMPL America Season 2. But we have PMGC coming up right around the corner. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Make sure you guys tune in for the craziest tournament of the year, guaranteed.